Welcome to Valor's programming guide for tire pressure sensors. In this video, you'll learn how to configure the tire sensors to the transceiver and allow information to flow from the sensor to the gauge. For this setup, you will use Valor's Smartool to program the transceiver to read each individual tire pressure sensor installed on your vehicle. The hardware should be already installed on your vehicle before starting this process. First, let's set the preferred unit of measurement. From the main menu, use the arrow down button to select the System Set option and press the Enter button. Select Set Unit and use the up and down arrow buttons to select the desired unit of measurement. Next, we will set the number of axles on your vehicle. Press Escape to return to the previous menu. Press the down arrow to set axle and press the Enter button. Using the up and down arrow buttons, select the number of axles on your vehicle and press the Enter key to confirm your selection. Now it's time to configure the sensors with the Smartool. Press Escape to return to the main menu and scroll up and select ID Learning. The first step in the process is to set the vehicle ID. To do this, select Read ID. Leave the cursor pointing to Vehicle ID, but do not press Enter. Point the Smartool at the transceiver and start the vehicle. The transceiver will broadcast the vehicle ID when it first powers on. As the transceiver powers up, the vehicle ID field on the Smartool will automatically populate. Next, we will detect the ID for each sensor and assign them to the corresponding wheel placement. Within the Valor system, each axle is assigned a number starting from the front of the vehicle. Each wheel on the axle is given a letter starting from A on the driver's side. If the front axle has 2 tires, the tire on the driver's side will be listed as 1A and the opposite tire will be 1B. If the axle has 4 tires, the outer driver's side tire will be 1A, while the inside driver's side tire will be 1B. The inside passenger side tire will be 1C, and the outer passenger side tire will be 1D. To configure the driver's side tire, move the cursor down to 1A. Each sensor is installed within a few inches of the valve stem. Hold the Smartool about 1 inch away from the location of the sensor and press the Enter button. If the sensor is found, the Smartool will beep once and the ID will appear next to 1A. If the sensor is not detected, the Smartool will beep twice and no information will be added. If the sensor is not detected, just move the Smartool to the other side of the valve stem and try again. Move the cursor to the next tire location and repeat the process until all tires are listed in the Smartool in their correct position. To avoid any potential problems, we must clear the transceiver memory of any previous configurations. Let's start by turning the vehicle off to cut power to the transceiver. On the Smartool, select ID Learning and scroll down to Clear ID. Move the cursor to highlight Wireless, but do not press Enter. Start the vehicle to power on the transceiver. Once the transceiver beeps, press Enter on the Smartool to begin the clearing process. The Smartool will now display Clear. If there was previous stored data, it will display Succeed. If there wasn't, it will display Failed. Both messages are acceptable. The transceiver is now ready to receive the new configuration data. The Smartool now holds the wheel configuration, sensor IDs, and we have cleared the transceiver's memory. We can now transfer data from the Smartool to the transceiver. On the Smartool, use the Escape button to go back to the ID Learning menu. Point the Smartool at the transceiver and select the Transmit option and select Wireless. The Smartool will now upload the wheel configuration from the Smartool to the transceiver. Once the process is complete, we need to verify that this information has been sent. From the main menu on the Smartool, scroll down to Check ID. With the Smartool pointed at the transceiver, press the Enter button to select Check ID. While the Smartool is displaying Waiting to Receive, turn the vehicle off and back on. Once the transceiver starts back up, it will send the current configuration to the Smartool for viewing. If the configuration shown is not correct, repeat the programming process again. Now that the sensor and transceiver are configured, we can configure the baseline. Before starting this process, turn the vehicle off, so the transceiver no longer has power. From the Smartool main menu, select Baseline, then select Set. The Smartool will ask if this is a new vehicle. Select Yes. The screen will then display the text, Restart the device. At this point, start the vehicle to power the transceiver. The units of pressure will be displayed on the top right corner. To set the baseline pressure for each sensor, press Enter on each individual sensor and set the desired pressure using the up and down arrow buttons. Once all baselines have been set, press Escape to return to the baseline menu. From here, select Transmit followed by Wireless. This completes the TPMS setup process.
Born in the mines. Robust, reliable, and precise. Valor Strong.